It is preparing now. One moment, please. Good to go.
Okay, Clint, we can go ahead then and bring it back into open session and you guys can make your motions and finish out the evening.
So the motions would simply be on the election of officers.
Which I'll make the motion to postpone the election of officers to the next meeting.
All right,
I
we have a
second.
motion. Yeah, that will work. I believe.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so carried. And not only that, but if the next meeting we still need more time, you can always postpone it and again. So
Yeah,
that will be fine. I believe that's everything we need then, right? Do we have a concession? A
you have
consensus
to actually make your motion on who you're appointing.
Well, that has to be a motion.
Decision was made
Okay.
in closed session. You have to actually do the vote in open session.
Okay. All right. All right.
Jeff, this is all you, buddy.
Okay, well, I move that we extend a 5-year appointment to both Denny and Clint for the reasons we talked about with COVID and institutional memory and such.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain. Yeah.
Yep, Mr. Wagner abstains. So carried.
That's perfect.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I do really, I thank you all. I really do.
Clint, you did a great job tonight, man. That was
Yeah, good job.
It's different. It's a little bit more difficult than being in, there in person. I can't scowl at somebody if they go off on a tangent. I'm kidding. That was a joke. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit different, with this because I don't want to step on someone's toes. And for example, Jeremiah, I forgot to ask if there was anybody who wanted to ask any further questions of the applicant. And then every time you started asking another question, I felt like I was stepping on your toes because I was trying to ask if you had another one. So the format's difficult.
A lot of people to listen to.
Yeah, the format's not the same, but nonetheless, it's better than not being able to do anything at all. We were able to keep things moving forward.
The only thing one thing I would like to say, one of the comments I got out of the meeting from the lady towards the end there. I mean, I personally, and I know the whole board, we take this very seriously. And like all the emails Jill, Deb, and everybody sends out, I read all the emails, all the letters, So I take it a little personal when they say, they don't read stuff because we are pretty thorough. And Randy's comment, exactly. We a lot of times talk about stuff leaving the building in the parking lot for 20 minutes, So there's a lot of consideration.
Absolutely.
On this board that I think is answers for a lot of good decisions in the county.
I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are going to have their perspectives and they're going to have their opinions and they're going to have their misconceptions. Yep. At the end of the day, all you can do is do what's right and do what you feel is best for the community.
Yep. Move on. Yep.
BJ.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Clint, I have a question.
Sure.
Do we want to have our meeting about solar non-farms on a regular agenda, or are we going to plan a separate meeting?
I was all for a separate meeting. I think that gives us a little bit more time to spend with it.
What do we got to do to get that scheduled?
Well, I know Ashley was looking at that last time we talked, so we should probably send around an email and see if we have some time. Either one evening or an afternoon to do a workshop and have a meeting about it and have that as a standalone meeting.
Yeah, I like standalone.
Yeah, Clint, This is Jill. We know staff is fully aware of that request. We were waiting for the holiday season to be over because and I know how difficult it could be to to get the group together, especially if you guys want to meet with the Board of Zoning Appeals and finding enough time. So that is number one on the agenda here this week, now that this is our first week back, to get that set up for you guys. So you'll be getting an email from either Deb or myself or both, looking at days that'll work for you. While I have you here, I guess the number one question I have is, do you want to meet just as yourselves at first and get your thoughts together, and then we'll bring the BZA into this? Do you want to meet or do you want to meet with them all together? And then my second question would be, do you guys prefer during the day or in the evenings?
So let me address the first one first. My thought would be that this is ideal as a two-step process, and that we might want to get our thoughts together and come to some sort of consensus on our position before we meet with the BZA. Obviously, that's my opinion alone, and I would open it to everyone else. As far as when we meet, I'm open to either. I know it gets to be a lot for the staff to meet, with a lot of evening or night meetings. I have some flexibility, not a lot of flexibility during the day, but I can, try to work around and especially with Zoom meetings, I can sometimes be literally in two places at once. So I can give some flexibility there. So that's my thoughts. I'll let everyone else say theirs.
I'd agree with you, Clint. Randy.
This is Denny. I agree too.
Yep.
Meeting. Yep.
I agree. This is Jer. I have to say, meetings during the day are difficult for me. Just,
Yeah, I agree with that.
manage my guys. So
Mhm.
evenings are better, if at all possible.
Mhm.
Or at least late afternoon.
Yeah, 4 or 5 o'clock.
I'm fine with those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be in touch then, scheduling for meetings. We'll shoot
Hey,
for
Jill.
late evenings. Yeah.
Late afternoons on Tuesdays are absolutely out for me.
We don't do Tuesdays here.
Okay. That's fine.
Right.
Me neither.
Randy does.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That would be fine. We'll keep track of that, and you'll get something from us this week.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Yep.
Gino.
All right. All right. I think we
Motion
need
to adjourn.
Yeah.
I didn't do one.
Yep. We need a motion to adjourn.
I just did.
Okay. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Bye.
All right.
All right. So carried. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Thanks, Gino, Deb, Megan.
Yep. Thank you.